Hi, everybody. Hi, sweetheart. Welcome back. Oh, JC, don't be pushing my hands around. You make the camera bounce that way. Look at these two snuggle bugs here. All the older does, keeping an eye on them too. This is probably going to be a shorter one because one, I've taken 2 videos today that didn't work. And 2, I'm frozen because I just finished. Hi, sweetheart. You'll be right there with me, don't you? Every time. Oh, pee right there on camera. Awesome. I just finished washing 3 goats. So my entire Saturday has been spent on goats, except that today's not Saturday, it's Sunday. So that's how good my week is going. Listen, guys, I'm Pam. This is Racing for Home Farm. If you're new here, welcome. The animals rule the schedule. I barely keep up, and sometimes not even that much. Nothing here is scripted. Nothing here is planned. We just take what we get when we get it, like little baby goats hanging here to give me some loving, or baby goats snuggling, or anything else I can get. And the animals are cute, so they make up for all of my deficiencies. And I've got a lot of them recently. Not the least of which is taking one entire 10-minute video this morning that I forgot to hit the record button on. So there's that. And then taking a second repeat of that same video. It was only 8 minutes this time because, like I said, it's unscripted. I have no idea what I was saying. And of course, the activities around me changed. So the second time I hit record, but my microphone didn't work and it's a silent video, literally silent. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, you were the first one done, so you're almost dry already. I am absolutely freezing, by the way. Have I mentioned that? I probably have mentioned that. So I wanted to wash all of the goats. So these 3 goats, Misty, Persephone, and Wren, are coming to the show with me. And that is 1 week. 1 week from today, the show will be over as of this recording. So by the time you see it, which I think will be tonight, we'll be like 5 days away from the show. So they need a bath today. I wanted to do it yesterday, and then they will get another bath before we leave for the show. So I really wanted to get it all done on Saturday so that I could do, some bit of catch up before work next week on Sunday. Unfortunately, Saturday turned into a total bust. It was cold, it was raining, it was wet. I do all my washing in the barn, so I certainly could have done their baths, but it just would have been miserable for everybody, myself, them. It was, like I said, very cold, very windy, very damp, and just not a pleasant experience. So this morning I said, all right, well, we got to get it all done, right? Got up this morning, got everybody fed and watered, and then went ahead and cleaned the stall. So they have a nice clean stall. That is the video that I took of them all in their nice clean stall having hay this morning. Yeah, it's silent. After that, I went back in the house. I did find out that one of our little wethers lost his home through no fault of his own. It happens. Life changes sometimes between the time you commit and the time the baby goes home. And I completely understand it. But it looks like even in the short time since that has happened, he has found a new family that would love him and has a herd waiting to accept him. So I'm super excited about that. So we had that little bit of crisis go on. And then I needed to get right back down to the barn and start washing. So got back down to the barn. I washed Miss Persephone, who's looking good. She's almost dry. See those ears? She's mad at me. Oh, I forgot. Before I did all of that, I also had to vaccinate our littler goats, our younger goats. So these are all the 4 that are down here. You're literally chewing on my shirt. Yeah, I know. You're funny. So these 4 babies down here that are all laying down, they're a little sedate today because they got their first round of vaccines this morning. This would be Sock Monkey's kids and Misty's kids. So I got that done. See, they're fine. There's nothing wrong. They're just a little sedate because they got vaccinated this morning. Misty's still pretty wet because she was second on the stand. And of course, Ren is saturated because she just came off the stand. And there's Ren's little babies following her. But these guys, you know, they're fine. They're doing great. They're just relaxing in the sun rather than bouncing around. There's nothing wrong with that. So vaccinated them. I had to worm Fanta and Emma. Now I wormed them 2 weeks ago. This is the secondary worming, and then they're done for the season. They are the only 2 goats that I do sort of preventative worming on because they're so elderly at this point that I'd much rather them have that, you know, like be ahead of the curve, right? Everybody else, I wait until they show signs of having worms. Either their body condition is off or their poop is off or something else. And then I do a fecal flotation, look at what they have and treat them for what they have. But with our elderly gals, we just kind of throw the kitchen sink at them and give them a boost against anything they might be exposed to. So all that got done this morning. Then it was a little bit of crisis around the little boy who lost his home. I believe crisis is averted. I'll have to update you in a day or two when that's all the dust is settled from that, but I'm not concerned about it. He's an awesome little boy and he has crystal blue eyes and he's just going to be perfect for any family that's looking to add him to their herd. And then after that, it was change and get back down to the barn and do baths. Ideally, this was not the perfect day for bath, although the sun is coming out and that feels good, quite honestly. But it's only 49 degrees. Oh, it's up to 53 degrees now. When I started, it was 49 degrees. Windy, chilly, damp in the air. Not the best day to do baths, but unfortunately, I ran out of runway because they needed this bath, which is sort of their preliminary. So last weekend, they got groomed. And if you saw this yesterday morning, our first grooming session went up. It was a long one. It was Persephone. They're not usually that long, but that one was because it's the first grooming of the season. That's always the longest one. So we got, if you enjoyed that, let me know because there's more coming. So last weekend, I groomed all 3 of the goats. During the week after work, I managed to get Denali groomed. Now today, Sunday, I washed all 3 of these goats. And then I will wash them all again on Thursday. So like 4 days from now. And that's why I say I ran out of runway. Could I have washed them after work on Monday? Well, yeah, maybe. And it might have been a little bit nicer temperature, but you know, they need a break between. I mean, it's just the reality of it, right? And it's not too terrible out. It's not freezing. And when the sun made it out for those few minutes, it was kind of nice. So they got washed today. You'll see those go up. Again, my groomings get stacked a little bit, so you won't see the washings until end of May probably, but they're coming. And they'll be washed again on Thursday. And then Friday, it's out to the show. So it's a big week. It's a lot of things to get done, and you know, juggling the internal and normal crises like Hugo getting sick, and you know, the weather, losing his home, or our little boy losing his home, I should say. You know, those things happen, and you just roll with them. But it's been one of those mornings. I was hoping for a bit more of a relaxing weekend. It didn't get it, and that is just the way it's going to be. And it's going to be a rough week to get through until we get to the show. And then once I get to the show, sort of at that point, other than the moments that we're in the ring, things slow down quite a bit. And then the pace picks up instantaneously because we get home and I got to get caught up on everything and get laundry done and get everybody, you know, back to normal. Because of course, no matter who watches the animals while we're gone, it's not the way I would do it. You know how that goes. Yeah, you guys, oh, you pushed him around. Did you wake him up? Did you decide it was time? No, that's not him, that's a her. You woke her up, our 2 little girls. These 2 are going home together, so I'm super geeked about that. They're perfect together. And they both know that they rule the herd. Now, little Miss Bossy Pants, who's the whiter colored one, is definitely the dominant. But this quiet little girl here, one, she's very sweet, but two, she's very, very manipulative. She's a thinker. She knows how to get what she wants, and she does push the herd around. She just does it a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit more covertly. At any rate, so enough of me whining about how busy it's going to be. Wah, wah, wah. You get the idea. Meanwhile, I'm still sopping wet and standing out here, and the wind has picked up, so I'm even more frozen. But I needed to catch up on videos too, because I had operator error. And now I'm going to leave you with these two twin little boys who are going home together too, and I love it. They're so sweet. And I will see you at the next one. Until then, there's work to be done. Bye for now.